Hello everyone, it's Michael. Thank you so much for stopping back at my channel today. I have another album and box share for you. This is a very special album that I made for our friends Barbara and Vinicius, who got married a couple of weeks ago. And they had a very private family wedding. And after they had a wedding luncheon that Hui and I were invited to. And the luncheon was held in a really cool restaurant. The restaurant used to be a radio station in São Paulo, and the building, it's housed in a really old building on a very famous street in São Paulo. There's even a song, I believe, after the street, back when São Paulo was very chic and fun and classy. And part of the restaurant still has the seats that the audience sat in during the radio show because they needed a live clapping and a live audience and stuff like that. So it was really cool. The band was amazing. The whole feeling was very 1940s, and I wanted to make them an album to kind of reflect their personality. I didn't want to do a really formal album with black and white and very wedding. I wanted it to be a more relaxed, simple, down to earth, not so wedding album, but a wedding album, if you understand. And this is what I came up with. The tutorial that I used, the book is based off of a tutorial by Frances at Your Book of Memories. It's called the Choice Folio, and it's her latest project over on her website, Your Book of Memories. And what's really cool is this tutorial is free. Frances she wanted to give back to her readers and her students and her followers, and she created a super simple album to make, and you don't need to pay for it. The link for this album will be below. Don't worry about that. If you are questioning, I want to try to get into mini albums, or what goes into making a mini album, this would be a great way to start. You can't beat that. It's you don't have to pay for the album. You don't have to pay for the tutorial. And her albums are really simple to follow. Her videos are great, and it's a great way to dip your toes into the ocean. The paper pack that I used for this album and box is called Hello Pretty. It's by Craftopia and Karina Gardner. And this is another one of those paper pads that I believe was made for outside the US. It's only, as far as I can tell, available in Brazil and possibly India. If I can find a link for this below, I will link it. But I think the only sites I'm going to find are here in Brazil. But I loved that this was kind of a 1940s kind of feel to it. And not screaming wedding paper, but it could be used for a wedding album. And that's why I went along with this paper. It's just so classy. And the colors were muted. They're not screaming and colorful and okay, just that one. But I love this paper. So let me take you through the book. So here is the book. If you've been following me for a while, I kind of like the theme to move from the book into the box, if I make a box or a sleeve. So I use the same paper on the front of the book as the box. These are chipboard pieces by a company called Momento Divertido here in Brazil. And it's naked chipboard, and I heat emboss them with black sparkle embossing powder from Ranger. The kit comes with, I don't know if they still make it or not, but came with a large one and a small one. So I use the small one on the book and the larger one on the box. The box, I used some flowers from my stash to kind of go with this. This is a hat pin that I found here, and this is another hat pin that I found here with some enamel heart dots here that I recently picked up. And then the outside of the box is just the sides of the box match the side of the album and the back of the album here. The book itself, you open it up like that, okay? And on the front cover, this is kind of cool. This is, I think I mentioned it in my last video. One of the reasons I love to follow or watch YouTube videos and follow other people's tutorials is to learn new things. You know, I had never made a slider opening like this. So this is really cool because this is a photo sleeve. So there is a photo here for a 4x6 photo. And this is what's keeping these two parts closed. So you slide this up or down, and then this flips open. This can come off, and then this flips up. And what I did is I put a space on the other side for another photo. So there's a smaller photo here and a larger photo here. And then you have space here for 4 more photos. And then to close it, you just slip this on here. And of course, now it's not going to work probably. You slip it on here, and then you slip the bottom part over it. And once the photos are glued down, this will be a little bit thicker, and this will not really move as much as it is at the moment. In her tutorial, this section isn't there. So Frances shows how to make this, and then it flips to this side. I added this because when I made the tutorial, I noticed, oh my God, there's so much room here. So I was able to squeeze in this whole section here. So this flips open here. This is for a large photo, maybe of the two of them in a formal kind of wedding photo here. I left this without the camera stamp, thinking maybe Barbara wants to write something about the wedding or about Vinicius or about the day or something, you know. So I just left this blank, or they can glue a photo there. On this side, I added 2 4x4 photos, 10 by 10 centimeter photos. This is just stickers from another wedding paper pad that I had. This opens up here. There were 2 more larger photos here. And this is not glued down. The photo will slip in right underneath this. Let's see, do I have a piece of paper? This is too big, but it'll slip in right underneath that. On this side, I made a little tag here that flips down. There's a magnet closure here. This flips down for a photo here, and then 2 more photos on the top, a larger one here, and then a smaller one on the bottom. And then it stays shut with the magnet. And I left this also for maybe a little photo of the 2 of them. And then on this side, I added these 2 flips. One side is for a 4x6 photo, 10 by 15 centimeter. And then on this side are 2 smaller 4x4 or 10 by 10 centimeter photos. Then over here, this flips open like that, but this is a little pocket with 3 kind of tags here. These are all for 4x4 photos, and a little tag here for this photo. And this was, I thought I had the rest of it somewhere. I don't have it. When you sat down at the table, their menu was printed on the other side of this design. This was a design that they picked for their wedding. So I decided to try to incorporate something from the wedding into the album. So I cut this down and I just adhered it to the other side of a photo mat for them to put a photo here. So that's an extra little photo there. Flipping on this side, there's 2 more photos here. And then these 2 open. These are held down by magnets. So they flip open, and then they flip up and down. And in each of these, you have a little envelope for 2 more photos. And they can fit additional photos into these also. And up here are 2 more photos here. And then you just close it like that. And even like this, because these are magnetized? Okay, there's a magnet closure here. They can actually just put loose photos here or memorabilia from the wedding or something. And then these magnets are going to keep it closed, and they're not going to fall out of the book because it's closed here. So I think the book holds about 33 photos. Not including if they add some extra photos in here or in the back, and they could even fit a photo. I was even thinking here, this can go here, if they want to do that. So there is space here for additional photos if they so wish. Anyway, again, I made this in a day. This was a really super simple album to make. I would love to know what you think of this. I can't wait to see their reaction tomorrow because they really have no idea what's coming. They think we're just meeting them in Little Japan for some Chinese and Japanese food and hanging out in Liberdade. So let me know what you think below. Please give this a thumbs up if you liked it. Subscribe and hit that bell if you'd like to be notified when I have my next video coming out. And I promise soon I will be having some of my own tutorials and some step-by-steps. I love you, Francis, but it's time to start breaking out on my own. Anyway, thank you so much, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your day.